Alright, hello. I'm back again with um, guessing Future's Endless Zone Zero agents. This will be for the Season 2 epilogue. We're not using any leak information, just big brain theories. We're like about 15 hours before the 2.6 patch. This is our second take because we forgot how to count. So we're gonna go right in. First, the missing character for the Angels of Delusion, Nangang Yu. It's a pretty easy guess. She's gonna be an ether stun agent. The Aria disc set gives you a buff if the enemy is stunned. Suna gives a buff if stunned. Aria does damage if stunned with her disc set. So ether stun. We already got Dylan, so she can't be physical stun to go with Suna's element. So ether stun. Simple. Now for probably the hardest guess possible, the NEPS characters. NEPS go, uh, the new characters can either go towards the attacker team they have with Qingyi and Zhu Yan, or they could go for Anomaly with Seth and Jane. Uh, the the problem is with guessing their classes is because all of the existing characters, um, their additional are faction required or specific class. So they could go in anyway. So I have a couple guesses for Seth's brother. I think if it's anomaly focused, he could be electric anomaly or an electric support for the attacker comp, and he would give crit damage since he's really, because it says he's a commissioner, and I think of Commissioner Gordon from Batman, and he really doesn't do much because he's like Batman, solve the problem. So I think he'll be telling someone else to solve the problem. And if he's Anomaly, he'll work with Seth, which that'd be pretty cool. If not, physical attacker, and he'll give himself crit damage. Uh, New Girl, for attacker comp, she could be electric attack, or for Anomaly, I think Ice Stunner, because we've only got Lycon as the Ice Stunner still, so I think maybe another one would work. And then since Suyan cares about stun, double stun for the team, for the faction would be pretty good. She could also give crit damage because of the ice or whatever she does in her kit. I was also thinking maybe Anomaly, but that might make Miyabi really good because we haven't had any Ice Anomaly characters since her, or any at all, because she has her own special element, Ice, which works with ice, and that's uh, probably too good. Maybe not. Maybe it'll be fine because of the bosses they've been putting out. But these are my guesses for NEPs. I thought this would be easier since it's the second faction going to 6 members. But because of the additionals, I couldn't really crack down on a element or a class. uh, as well. But they did say that one time on that Billy post, I think, that we're getting another Krampus member. So I think it's our boy's time to shine. Damian Blackwood or Darkwood. I think it's Blackwood. He's gonna have the Master Lumen gun as his weapon. I don't really see him throwing hands unless he gets like something. But I think he's gonna be a support. I know we've been getting like a support every other patch, but clearly there's a pattern. I'm not sure if the Master Lumen gun, it was my idea, it could either be electric, and then that would make this faction all four elements, the Avatar. Uh, since that definitely didn't happen with Yin Kuei Summit. It could be ice to give crit damage bonus for Ban Wei, or ether because Master Lumen Gun is going to take out the miasma. So now, given the characters that we've put out, we're going to put our guesses in for when they're going to be in the patches. So for the story, we've given in the 2.6 dev stream that something is hacking the robots and or the constructs, and Neps is looking into it. So I can see here with a hot take for 2.7, we're gonna get Seth's brother first, and then Nangang Yu is gonna get her own agent story. Since I think this patch in 15 hours is gonna be about Angels of Delusion, obviously, but then I think it's gonna move past them as it's gonna be a Neps cop story, and then we're getting this from the Sons of Caledon. Their patch was Caesar and Bernice, and then the next patch we had Yanagi first, since the main story was about her with the special episode, and then Lighter got his own agent story. And I think that's what we could get here, because I don't see a second patch with Angels of Delusion being the main focus of the story. And then for the patch after, it's going to elevate from Neps to Krampus. So we're going to have New Girl from Neps, and then we're going to have Damien be the second half. And then since the season 1 epilogue chapters were 3 of them with Astra, uh, Trigger and Sambi, and then Vivian and Hugo, uh, we'll have the Angels of Delusion one, this one, and then this third one. So then we're going to go right into 3.0. So I think the cool special character will either be Sunbringer, because we've been talking about Sunbringer in the story, or the boss of Krampus, the one that's higher up than Zhao that they bring up and they talk to that one time. I drew ball with face letters because we don't know what they look like. So I think those will be the big special element characters for 3.0, one of them at least, and then they'll have a character related to them that we don't know about yet. So I think that'll be my guess for what goes down. We could also get an agent story about Damien on how he joins Krampus and how he gets his cool earring. I think that's what the agent story will be about, how he gets his cool earring from the teaser. That'd be a pretty fun agent story, pretty lighthearted. We could have him audibly crying. All right. Uh, but yeah, that's my thoughts and guesses. We'll see if I'm right. I don't know when we'll get drip marketing. Probably in 16 hours.